Hello everybody, welcome to this episode. I've got a gutter, I've got berries. I'm going to show you how to do gutter berries.
I'm Stacy Taves. For me, healthy food and sustainability are totally connected. You can grow it yourself. Nature is generous.
I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who fall into the same category that I do, who think strawberries are absolutely the best tasting fruit on the planet, but there's one challenge to strawberries for me, and that is they're down on the ground. I don't get to stand up and pick them like my blueberries or my blackberries or my raspberries. Strawberries generally drag you down onto your knees. It's hard work to get at them all, unless you're a tiny little human. And so what I want to do today is take a roofing gutter, this is a 5-inch roofing gutter, and find a way to plant it out with strawberries that the roofing gutter can be mounted up off the ground where it's much more easily accessed and you don't have to do any bending. It'll also be easy to snip off the runners when they start to do new shoots. So let's jump into it and I'll show you how. So most building supply facilities, big brand or small stores, will have pre-made roofing gutters. This one is 10 feet long, so it's 3 meters. It's a 5-inch wide gutter. Some gutters can come as small as 4 inches or as big as 6 inches. This felt like a nice size to me, and as you can see, it's got a contoured shape like that. Now, to make sure that our soil and our moisture is not going to fall out of the way, they have a left cap and a right cap that's designed to go over the end, and once you fit it on, you just squeeze it on with some pliers and it'll hold the soil, the berries, the water in. So we're just going to attach those here. I'll show you how to if you've not done that before. Generally the edges aren't too sharp either, so I'll just move the camera, get you going on that. So when you go to buy your gutter end caps, you need to get a left and you need to get a right. It's based on looking at the front of a house when you're looking at a gutter. So the profile of the gutter when it's on a house would be like this. The sexy, curvy, shapy side would be facing you. And so this is the left end and a left cap. And you just squish it together a little bit, push it on with some force. And when that cap is on, then just take some type of pliers or something that's got a blunt nose and go around it in different places and just give it squishes. There, I've given it 4 little squishes there. Bring it up a little closer, you can see it there. Squish it here, squish it in a few other places. And as you do that, it's on there nice and firm, and now see, this is on tight, it's not going to come out. It's not watertight if you don't caulk it or put some proofing material around it, but it's certainly not going to let any soil or berry plants fall out. So just do that at the other end and you've basically got your container ready to go. So now that we've got the caps on both ends of the gutter, it's ready to receive soil. And my experience in doing this previously that works really well is you need a total of 30 liters of soil. If you're thinking imperial, this is a 5-gallon pail, 1.5 5-gallon pails. So I've got a half pail and a full pail, and those together will be more than enough soil to get all these berries tucked into here. What I'm going to start doing is taking a full 5-gallon pail, which is 20 liters, and put it through the whole of the trough or the gutter. And once we've got that in there, then we're going to lay in all our berries and then we're going to tuck it in with the remaining 10 liters of soil. And what I've learned from doing this in terms of spacing is that in a 10-foot gutter you can get 20 strawberry plants. It's a beautiful way to go. So let's just fill it up and we'll keep on rolling. This is one of those fantastic jobs that goes twice as fast if you have someone to do it with. So all you want to do is get your hopefully clean soil. I chose to use stuff that's fairly heavy and very high nutrition from my compost pile and rotted manure. Really nice garden soil. Just breaking it up so it's not too chunky as I go. And we're trying to get 20 liters into the gutter. Okay, so we've got a weed-free, really heavy, nutritious soil in here. And I've put 20 liters into the gutter. And it's mostly full but not completely, and that's on purpose. Now we're going to grab all the berry plants we have. I've got a few here that are all tightly over-rooted and clumpy in a pot, and I've got some others that are loose and broken up from renovating a garden bed, and we're just going to lay them in the gutter and space them out and then pack them in with the remaining soil that we have. So let's get into that. As I was putting the berries into the gutter, came across a worm. I don't know if you can see how big that is. It's as long as both my hands when it's stretched out. So the soil is just so nutritious and rich. And he's just getting to go right in there with the strawberries. So you'll notice that one of the beautiful things about this project is that if you have basically a shovel and a crimper or a plier, you're ready to go with your soil, berries, and a gutter. So all I've done is I've put all 20 of the strawberry plants evenly spaced out along the row here, but they're not fully planted yet. What I'm making sure with the shovel, if you don't want to use your hand, is that I'm getting right to the bottom of the gutter to dig a hole or a little furrow so that it's going to get in deep. And then I'm just picking up some soil from my remaining pail and getting that in around each of the berries so that they're tightly packed and really firmly pressed in so that the roots can start taking off right away. You could probably use your hands for this as well, but if you're a person who's squeamish about getting dirty, then okay, use a shovel. So we'll just go along this whole row now and pack them down and make sure that all the berries are nicely spaced, are in there nice and compactly with their roots all cuddled into the soil. Now imagine if they have a runner that starts coming out, you can just go along with a scissor and snip it off, and it won't find an easy place to land. So it's a really easy way to plant. You'll notice I'm not on my knees, I'm standing up. I've got the gutter rested on sawhorses, and I've got another way of watering this that I think is going to be incredible that I'll tell you about in a second, which, if you know me and how I like doing irrigation, it's just a dead ringer for how to succeed on this with the least possible work involved. So I'll just finish this up and we'll show you a few more applications. So we're all done planting. 20 strawberry plants in a 10-foot gutter, and it used not quite the 30 liters of soil I was predicting. So like a full 5-gallon pail and then about a third or a quarter of another one. So I have maybe 27 liters in total. You could water with just a simple watering can, cruise along your gutter like this. That's a very beautiful thing to do. Another way to go would be maybe to get some drip irrigation. If you have drip irrigation, you can actually run it in your gutter, and then by just turning on a tap, you'd have your drip, drip, drip going along the whole way. You wouldn't even have to worry about hand watering it. The other thing to realize is that this isn't very heavy. Surprisingly, it isn't nearly as heavy as I thought it would be. And if you get some L brackets, here's a pair of just really short 6-inch L brackets. You could mount these about 5 feet apart on the wall, and now you could rest your gutter with your strawberries on the wall near your house or in a garden shed, even on fence posts. Here's some much longer, these are like 12-inch L brackets or shelving brackets. You could put 3 gutters of strawberries on one pair of these. You could have 20 in one gutter, 20 in another gutter, 20 in another gutter. In one little stretch 10 feet long, you could have 3 parallel. Wouldn't that be amazing? And shockingly, I'll just show you, it's not as heavy as you might think. I was expecting this to be super, super heavy, but in fact, it's not. If you look at this, it's maybe 20 kilos, 40 pounds or so. So 2 shelving brackets spaced properly, just like my sawhorses are spaced here, would be easy enough to put them all together. So how fantastic is that? Love it. Wow, I got so excited doing this, guys. I ended up doing another one right away, and I've got so many runners, I think I'm going to get a third gutter and do one more. I hadn't mentioned to you the cost. For one of these gutters with end caps, it's about $25 for me at a local home improvement store. So $50 for the 2 of them, and I've got now 40 plants put together in these 2 little places. A great way to grow strawberries in a gutter. You don't have to bend over anymore to deal with your strawberries. You can snip off the runners easily, and they're easy to water and irrigate. If you come into some problems with drainage, let's say these are sitting outside, they're not under cover, these could start to accumulate a lot of water with nowhere to go. So you might have to take a little screwdriver or a metal punch and just put it through the bottom and whack it with a hammer and create some drainage holes on the underside, the bottom, or the floor, you might say, of the gutter, so that water can drip out. You also might want to do sandier soil than I did. I purposely did heavier soil, and I purposely chose brown gutters that are going to warm up really well in the sunshine, whereas a white gutter would likely not heat up as much and would reflect the light. So hopefully that's going to get you rocking and rolling. Thanks for watching Gutter Berries with me. And if you've been watching this on YouTube, please like it and subscribe. I've got lots of other great videos about strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and thornless blackberries. Till next time.